Hi, this is Trey Patcher, and welcome to Spielberg Saturday. I haven't done one of these in a while, so I think since Lincoln, maybe 2 weeks ago. Anyway, this is episode 6, I believe, and of course, I'm reviewing Spielberg movies, and I decided to revisit the Indiana Jones, I guess, quadrilogy, I guess you could say. And of course, the first movie that I watched today was Raiders of the Lost Ark, Indiana Jones and the Raiders of the Lost Ark. There we go. Fancy picture there. I love that picture. This came out in 1981, of course, and it's about Indiana Jones, played by Harrison Ford. This movie also stars Karen Allen, and good casting. Karen Allen is Marion Ravenwood. You have Paul Freeman as Dr. Renee Bullock, who's I guess you could say he's a rival archaeologist. Usually gets the better of Indiana Jones. Okay, and then you have John Rhys Davies as Salah, a friend, and then of Indiana Jones, and then you have Damon Elliott as Dr. Marcus Brody, a colleague of Indiana, at the school that college that he teaches at. Okay, and basically this story takes place in 1936. Okay, and it's about a professor in Indiana Jones course who studies archaeology, and I love the way the movie begins because it begins with the classic scene with him going through the jungle with a bunch of a bunch of men, and some fall by the wayside as they're making their way to this hidden archaeological item. And of course, there's traps set up, to prevent people from getting there, and Indy manages to avoid them, of course. And then, of course, at the last minute, when he gets the item, of course, it's not the correct weight, and then basically the mountain comes down on him, and he has to run and book out of there. And of course, he barely makes it out with his life, but then, of course, he runs into his good old friend, Renee Bullock, who's, like I said, he's a fellow archaeologist who basically is a competitor of Indiana Jones, and he basically accosts Indiana Jones of an item, and Indiana makes it out of there, just by the skin of his teeth. Okay, and he makes it back to his school, where he basically has a meeting with two gentlemen who basically wants him to help find the lost Ark of the Covenant, of course, which is, of course, the title, Raiders of the Lost Ark. They want to find the lost Ark of the Covenant, okay? And of course, but to do this, of course, he has to, of course, the Nazis are looking for it as well, okay? So he basically has to hunt for the item and basically come in contact with his old, I guess you could say, sweetheart, Marion Ravenwood, because her father supposedly has an item that he needs to help him find the Ark of the Covenant, of course, and they have a contentious relationship, to say the least, of course. And Karen Allen is great as Marion Ravenwood, who can drink like a sailor, okay, and throw a pretty mean right hook as well, okay. And this is just a great throwback to like the old adventure movies, I guess, from the 40s. And I read before that George Lucas was a big fan of those serial things, growing up. So that's why he decided to make this movie. Okay, and it's a great movie by Spielberg. Just has great action in it, and nice humor, and of course danger at the same time. And it's just a rollicking adventure. And of course, this score by John Williams is fantastic, and it's just a fun movie. Okay, Indiana Jones, battling Nazis. Okay, battling Marion at the same time as well, and it's just a fun movie. Okay, like I said, it's been a while since I've seen this, so it was great to revisit it. And Raiders is just a fun movie. Okay, and I also I heard the story before that they said that Tom Selleck was actually going to be Indiana Jones, but he couldn't get off from he was signed to do Magnum PI, so he couldn't take off to do that. He's contractually obligated to do Magnum PI, so he couldn't do Raiders. But I also read that they also offered the part to Jeff Bridges, but he had turned it down. Okay, which is kind of weird because him and Karen Allen did star in Starman. I won't know when that came out. I think it came out probably after Raiders. But anyway, that's just a little fun fact. But Raiders is just a fun movie. Harrison Ford is perfect to me as Indiana Jones, who he hates snakes. He has to whip, and of course you have that classic scene of him, in the market square when the guy is waving the sword around, doing all these fancy moves, and he just pulls out his gun, pow, and keeps going, which is funny as hell. Okay, but Indiana Jones and the Raiders of the Lost Ark, and put it that way. That's what it's called, Raiders of the Lost Ark. It's a fun movie, and it's just about a perfect adventure, especially for the first time out. And I would give Raiders of the Lost Ark, I'd give it a 9 out of 10. To me, it's just that good. Just that has the adventure in it, and the danger, the swashbuckling type atmosphere in it. It's just a fun movie, and it has you got Nazis as the bad guys, so it's even perfect. You got Indiana Jones going up against the Nazis, and you have the damsel who can more than take care of herself, Karen Allen, as Marion, who is just absolutely fantastic. Okay, so I thoroughly enjoyed this movie. So again, that's a 9 out of 10 for me. Anyway, let me know what you think if you've seen Indiana, who haven't seen Raiders of the Lost Ark. Feel free to leave comments down below and let me know what you think. Okay, so next week I'll probably be reviewing, the sequel, which should be the one with Mrs. Spielberg in it. Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. There it is. Kate Capshaw and Harrison Ford there. So I'll probably be reviewing that movie next week. Okay, anyway, let me know what you think of Raiders of the Lost Ark. Feel free to leave comments down below. And if you like this review, please hit the subscribe button down below. This is Trey Pastor saying so long and take care.